What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? You know, it's Mr. Tokyo Ishport CV, and I'm back like I never left. You know, I'm at these haters' neck like necklace, and I'm going up like helium. Before I jump in this video, make sure y'all hit that like, make sure y'all hit that subscription button, make sure y'all share the video if y'all enjoy this content. Now let me jump all the way. Boom. So this is it, y'all. This is it. So this is what y'all been waiting for. This is part one of me exposing the cult leader and Al Heyman and all his PMS fighters. No, my fault. I mean the PBS. The PBC fighters. Yeah, all the PBC fighters. I'm exposing every single one of them in this video. So hopefully y'all enjoy this content. And if y'all do, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share. And I'm out.
Danny, who we gotta talk to make this fight happen?
Right now, I'm just enjoying life.
Landscape of welterweight, we're seeing Porter and Spence are probably headed to a fight. Thurman and Pacquiao are headed to a fight. So there's like a little void there for you in terms of a big opponent. And you would think the big opponent would probably be Terrence Crawford for you. Is that something you're interested in and something that you would be willing to go ahead and want to do a big fight with them? Because I think something like that would be a pay-per-view fight.
I mean, if the money's right, if the pound for pound money's right, I'll fight anybody.
Damn, Danny. Damn, Danny. It ain't looking too good, Danny. As y'all can see at the screen in front of y'all, y'all see it says Top Rank offered Danny Vantum, Danny Garcia $3 million to fight Terrence Crawford, but never heard back. Now, y'all probably wonder why. Because Danny went ghost. Danny went ghost. Now, this is what I don't understand, right? So, I'm gonna give y'all a brief description on what occurred in that situation. So basically, after Danny Garcia had lost to Sean Porter for the WBC welterweight belt, Top Rank and Bud Crawford gave Danny Garcia an opportunity of a lifetime right after he lost. Right? They offered him $3 million plus the WBO welterweight belt. It was on the line. But what Danny Garcia decided to do? Fight somebody that does not make any sense, right? This nigga went ahead and fought Adrian Granados, the same Adrian Granados Sean Porter defeated before he fought Danny Garcia. Instead of taking the opportunity of a lifetime, mind you, you got paid $1.2 million against Sean Porter. And now you're getting paid back. You're getting paid $3 million. But Danny went ghost. And y'all think that these fighters aren't ducking Terrence Crawford. I got a lot more. Danny, you ain't the only one, bro. I got a lot more for y'all.
I mean, like I said, he's on the wrong side of the street. That's why he's calling out. Who's he calling out? Who's he calling out? All Heyman guys, right? All right. How you gonna get that fight when you just signed with ESPN?
Hold on, but you see why I call these guys PMS and PBS fighters, right? Because they're a bunch of vaginas and they're a bunch of cartoon characters. Like, you heard Errol Spence came on air saying that fight can't happen because he's on PBC and Terrence Crawford is on Top Rank. One is on Showtime and one is on ESPN. So I want to ask you a real dumb question, right? What you seeing on this screen, isn't that a fighter from the PBC and a fighter from Top Rank? Isn't those two different promotional companies? If I'm not bugging. So how come Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder already fought twice and they're about to go in a trilogy, but Terrence Bud Crawford got to sit here and chase these PBC fighters around. He gotta chase them around. You hear the bullshit excuse Errol Spence just made. And I'm gonna keep it going, cause y'all, it don't get nothing worse than this, y'all. It don't get nothing worse than this.
So, what do you say?
Can we get both of them in the ring? Can we get both of them in the ring? He said, I'm fighting Mikey. Then I might fight Sean Porter, Keith Thurman.
So he didn't mention Terrence, huh?
He didn't. Hey, did you not say that? Did you not say that? That's what your promoter said.
This is what I'm saying.
I read it all.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I read it all too. Terrence Crawford, wait till he get a belt.
Yeah.
He ain't did nothing in the welterweight today.
You
When he get a belt, you want to
You
go
have
over
did
there. Keith Thurman want to go over there, and now y'all want to say, "Oh, I ain't fought nobody," but I got a belt now, so why?
Okay. Sean Porter got a belt too.
So now
Sean Porter got a belt too. Sean Porter. So why I go to easy road and knock Sean Porter out?
You're avoiding Terrence Crawford, that everybody on the PBC side is avoiding Terrence Crawford. What's your response to what he said over the weekend in an interview?
I mean, how am I avoiding him if I'm fighting in a unification fight with Sean Porter? I mean, a top 5 welterweight. So, I mean, last time I remember, the WBC ordered me and him to fight each other, and, you know, he didn't take the fight. So, I mean, nobody's avoiding Terrence Crawford. You know, it's big fish on this side.
So, I want to ask y'all a real question. Mikey Garcia is a big fish, according to Errol Spence Jr., right? So, you telling me Mikey Garcia that moved up 2 weight division, right? And we all know that Errol Spence Jr. gotta kill himself to make 147. He should have been moved up to 154 a long time ago. But he decided that he's still gonna stay at 147 and got the balls to say that he's fighting big fish by fighting Mikey Garcia, the small Mikey Garcia. So you have an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford with a belt, but you want to give Mikey Garcia a 50-50 split and tell Bud 70-30. And this is y'all champion. This is who y'all call the truth. Fucking lies.
Say what you want to say. I have no interest in the Crawford fight. It does not interest me. They might find a way to interest me. They can entice me. But I've never felt that interested. I was interested in the Danny Garcia fight when he moved up, and Danny Garcia had a lot of credentials before he moved up. He dominated a weight class that didn't have 140-pounders in it, and now he moved up and he's doing good.
All right, so I don't want to waste too much time on Keith Thurman. I got a whole compilation of that bum ducking Terrence Crawford. So he just stated that Danny Garcia dominated at 140 and became unified. Terrence Crawford is an undisputed champion at 140. So that's not interesting enough for you, Keith Thurman? Do you hear the just little weird excuses every time it comes to Terrence Crawford though, right? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But let's keep going. You're not the only one.
Two-time world champion. I've been fighting at the world championship level since 2013. I mean, there's a host of other things that come along with that I'm in some ways required to be number one. Yet, boxing says, WBO says, we're going to move Sean Porter out of that number one spot, and we're going to put Virgil Ortiz into that number one spot. They presented y'all with one thing, and now they're giving you something different. It is a part of the sport. Y'all should already know that. When you're saying, well, hey, you should have did this, you should have did that. I have people that I have to listen to. And when those people give me direction, when those people give me the business and tell me where it works to my advantage and where it doesn't, I have to sit back and do what I have to do. And at this point in time, I'm still sitting back and seeing what's going to happen.
There's a lot of legacy-defining fights that could be made at 147.
Yeah.
What's the next fight for you?
I don't know. And I'll go ahead and say this: they showed the on the video. They showed that the champions right now, obviously Errol Spence Jr., and then they also show your Dennis Ugas and Jamal James with the WBA, and they of course show Terrence Crawford. And I've been publicly saying that I wanted that Terrence Crawford fight. I do want that fight. But we talk about our side of the yard. I kind of looked over at Keith. I didn't say it, but I was like, why don't you go get Ugas? I'll go get Jamal, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do after.
That can possibly keep him out. So Earl Spence is definitely one of the names out there. Unfortunately, Terrence Crawford, he fights with Bob Arum. So we're under the PBC banner. Al Heyman has done tremendous things for us. He's basically brought the senator back from the depths of almost retirement.
Since Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford don't want to fight each other, are you just going to fight Terrence Crawford after this and show him how it's done?
One at a time.
One at a time.
Heyman, when he formed the PBC with that money from the mutual fund, he realized also that you had to really showcase your talent outside of the premium network. His problem was his first goal was to destroy the competition, and so he spent an inordinate amount of money trying to destroy the competition, cutting off the competition from the various networks.
Top Rank should have interfered with any fights getting made on the strength that I already fought PBC fighters before. When I fought Felix Diaz and John Molina, they was signed with PBC and Al Heyman, and nothing really never stood in the way. I just felt like once it came to a point where it was some of the big fighters, they didn't want to put them in the ring with me because they didn't want to have that Top Rank have the edge over their head where one of their fighters took out one of their top welterweight fighters. So in a sense, they just fight each other. Let's just take each other out and see what he do in the meantime.
Actual right in front of you. So with Terrence Crawford, you have to prepare for two guys.
Chris and I were talking about, earlier in the week it was 7-1 odds. We were like, wow, I can't believe Brook is that much. But
all these shifts and movements and feints.
Big right hand from Crawford at the 10-second mark in round 3. Things are heating up here. Nice combination from Crawford.
That I've seen in Brook in the past started to show up like Terrence Crawford in front of you, who throws punches from such strange angles and generates power.
Of Kell Brook.
Their heads sliced together at some point too. I think both.
Clash of heads. Here we go again. Big shot from Crawford. 5. And that is in the show in round 4.
I think it was a right hook as
big shot from Crawford.
He's definitely, because that's never in my career. Nobody's ever done that to me in sparring or anything, so obviously it's different with 8 ounce gloves on, but it was one of them, I got caught with a shot I didn't see, and the fight's over. I'm gutted, because I am. Nobody could have got me in a better condition. I was bang on the limit on the scale. I felt great.
As far as his fight against Danny Garcia, can you talk to me about what's his thoughts on it and Danny Garcia as a fighter?
Что ты думаешь про твой бой против Дэнни Гарсия? И что ты думаешь про Дэнни Гарсия?
Хотел бы очень сильно встретиться с ним, но походу я так понимаю, что он не хочет, а где-то он боится чуть-чуть. Но я хотел бы с ним встретиться.
He would love to meet Danny Garcia in the ring. He would love to fight him, but he believes that Danny does not want to fight him. He's scared, and he doesn't believe the fight will happen.
When he just enjoys himself. That's going to be scored as a knockdown.
You know what? That he doesn't talk a lot of trash.
Oh, what a great counterpunch. He touches the canvas again. Yep. That's another knockdown. 15 seconds to go in the round, and what has turned out to be what can be a huge round. Post still caught him with the right hand, and Crawford's back with two of his own right hands. Crawford pulls him in by the head and blasts him with the left hand, trying to get his hands free.
Yeah, Postal wants him to fight.
Yeah, he does. That hand goes up in the air. He'll come downstairs with the body just like that.
Yep.
Oh, cracked him with a hard left hand. Off balance again.
I would say on the pound-for-pound list, he has the weakest resume in boxing.
Terrence, do you feel?
Yes. I feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not getting into weak fault because we don't even know that. But it's two different. It's apples and oranges.
Mm-hmm.
One guy he proved himself. One guy has been, they tell you who he is. They tell you his opponent's work. Because you didn't know what's the guy named the Russian kid.
The guy that he fought before?
The Russian kid
that fought Terrence before, a Mean Machine?
Yeah. No, not that guy, but the other one, the first one. Who won the title from.
Oh, Postol.
Yeah. We didn't know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Scoring. I've said it before, and I'm going to stick to my guns. It's a 50-50 fight. Now, I do feel like Terrence has the better resume. That's why I have him as high as I have him. #1 on my pound-for-pound list. He cleaned out a whole division, right? He's been champion for a long time. He went to Scotland to win the title. Then he beat Gamboa, stopped Gamboa when Gamboa was being compared to Floyd Mayweather. People forget about that. They look at a guy 5 years down the road, say, "Oh, you just beat this guy, but he's been knocked out X amount of time." But you gotta judge him based on where he was at that time. He was undefeated, and he was being compared to Floyd Mayweather. That's the guy that Terrence Crawford defended his belt against.
Is that the biggest name on Crawford?
I mean, that's maybe all he can get. I don't know. I mean, really nobody over there with Top Rank right now. So, I mean, that's probably all he can get. I mean, all the top guys.
Terrence said he don't want to fight anymore. So he tried to get rid of the fight because everybody was talking about it. Everybody don't want to take the fight. So he said he don't want it. So it's going to be hard, and that's what hurts boxing. Because we don't get these fights when they're at the pinnacle. It's like I heard, I'll tell you something yesterday, I heard Dr. J and W. Brook was talking on TV 2 days ago on the NBA channel, and you know what they said? It struck me because people say you hate me. I'm not hating. It's just I come from that era where it's not like we don't compete. We want to know who the best.